name unless they uttered the words, "Yeah, buddy!" All right, I am awaiting my top 10 list for our finalists in our Mr. Olympia competition, folks. But we can start things off with the first one. You know him well. He is from Iran. He is a former Olympia champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hadi Choopan.
Well, I am awaiting the return of Phil Heath to help me with these, who just received his Olympia ring. A couple times he's got that People's Champ Award. Such a huge following. People love Hadi. We love Hadi not just for his physique, though. That work ethic is just spectacular. He is, if Phil were here, we'd be talking about it. He is getting harder posing by the minute. Oh, just amazing. Vascular glutes. The separation in the hamstring between the ham and the glute. Got those wolf owls in the background. The wolf is on the hunt. Hadi with some heavy deadlifts in this offseason to try to make up that ground with the poses that Derek took from him last year. It certainly wasn't from the front. Heavy squats. Spent a lot of time on the Smith machine if you follow Hadi's social media. It's a glorious pose.
Give it up for Hadi Choopan.
Hadi Choopan.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your next competitor from Brazil, Rafael Brandao.
Okay, Rafael Brandao, as they say in Brazil, second Olympia appearance. Qualified this year in the Arnold Brazil Pro, has made some huge strides. Talk about him on Primetime Muscle as being a balance guy, and he's definitely put a lot of size on that frame to add to that balance. All right, this is special while we wait for Phil to get back and then maybe join us throughout the whole thing. Terrence Ruffin, Rough Diesel, taking a year off from competing, just sat in. What do you think of Rafael Brandao? A lot of guys talk about distractions. We'll get Rough Diesel up here with me in just a second. Rafael brought a lot of changes. New baby this year, but still didn't miss a beat. Time and posing with those genetics are going to pay off big time. Great upper chest.
With the most musculars.
Give it up for Rafael Brandao.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Tomball, Texas, Hunter Labrada.
The legacy.
I love Hunter Labrada. I've been training at his gym for the past 3 months.
That's where I saw you last.
Yeah. I mean, his father's, in my opinion, is the best poser of all time. So let's see what he has tonight.
So you know, and the thing we look for year after year is Hunter's improvements. And when I get to see him guest pose at the Labrada Classic, I get to see where he is. But this year, he was a few months out from competing in Milan for his qualification.
Yeah, he's brought up his back quite a bit. You know, he's brought in some really cool pieces into his gym to really focus in on his weaknesses and bring those up. And I think he's much improved, especially with the waist control.
That was an issue as well that looks like it's been dialed in. Okay, I like how he hits that low back when he sets up the lat spread. There we go. Great conditioning.
Very much. Beautiful.
Great job, Hunter. His 5th Olympia appearance.
All right, we're putting on some Houston music.
Shoulders are not a problem for Hunter Labrada.
Definitely not. He's happy though, man. The smile, I love to see it.
Yeah, I love training there. You know, with you guys there, with Hunter hitting it hard. Adorable
Give
daughter
it up
Liv
for
running
Hunter
around.
Labrada.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Brandon Curry.
All right, Terrence, our 2019 Olympia champion in his 11th Olympia appearance.
I love to see it. I got to train at with Brandon Curry out in Dubai, and he's a true champion, a true representative of what the sport should be. One of the last of the old guard, too.
He sacrifices a lot, as you all do, to separate from his 4 kids and go over to Dubai and train. His arms look great as ever.
The original prodigy. I forgot that was his nickname when he started. You know, now Keon's also using it. You know, it's pretty cool to see.
That's a great shot. Hamstrings look improved. Quads look
Very
great.
much so. And as he's gotten older, he's really kept that waist in. And the legs are looking fantastic as well.
Opens up nicely. That's a great pose for him.
Very much so. The biceps, I'm a little jealous.
The other one that does that a lot is Andrew Jack. Cock those hips off, and here we go. Oh, look at the vascularity in his lats.
Yes.
Still bringing it, former Olympia champion Brandon Curry.
Okay, I'm really excited about this next guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from McKinley, Texas, Martin Fitzwater.
All right, his very first Olympia qualification, he qualified at the Detroit Pro, and he's got to be happy being in this top 4.
That is a very impressive first Olympia debut. His shape. I'm sorry.
Worked hard until he got into the 2020 North Americans, where he got his pro card. I've watched him over the last couple of years fighting to get to this stage. We're here now, and wow.
Definitely. I think he really, really stands out when it comes to his structure and his shape. Very complete bodybuilder from head to toe.
Well, guys, Phil Heath is back with his new ring. Welcome, Phil Heath.
Yes, sir.
Look at how great Fitzwater looks.
Oh, he looks phenomenal, man. And he's going to milk that crowd, as he should.
Okay, guys, as two amazing posers, and Terrence, you're an amazing poser, he is really setting these things well, opening them up. He's doing all the right things.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look at the strengths in his quads. I mean, the separation, the deep striations, look at that. He's actually got harder and a little drier.
Very impressive. And he knows all his poses, too. Every good shot hides his weaknesses. Is very good to see.
Okay, I can appreciate that. Doing the Sergio Oliva pose in any way, you got to have some good arms.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah.
Give it up for the Martian, Martin Fitzwater. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your next competitor from Clifton, New Jersey. They call him the Beast, Akim Williams.
You ever train with this guy, Terrence?
You know what? When I first turned pro, I was his chauffeur. And I told him to the gym, and he warmed up with 315 on rows.
On rows.
One of the strongest bodybuilders I've ever met.
Well, he is massive. In a big man sport, to be called big. And I got to say, Phil, in the last few years, conditioning has been a thing for Akim.
Yep.
He definitely looks like he did some homework this year.
Absolutely. I mean, he's doing his homework. He's a student of his own self. The quads, look how it starts from all the way from the hip. When he actually hits it and holds it for a long time, that's when we can marvel at that physique. Sometimes when guys rush things, we can't really see it because we're only looking, let's say, at their chest when we're trying to see the quads and calves and all that.
Those side poses are really, really a strong point for him.
Ooh, that's crazy.
One of the things I love about the posing is the muscle in motion as they get from pose to pose and getting down into that lunge.
Definitely. Definitely it's not easy for a guy that weighs that much.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I didn't hit that shot very often, let me tell you. I was like, I'm going to keep my hands up. Let you guys do that, Ruffin.
Yeah.
let you guys do that, man.
Yeah.
You got to go for what you know.
Okay, and I'm sure you both noticed the peak on those biceps. Big Akim.
All right, thank you, Akim. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from the United Kingdom, Samson Dauda.
One of the best poses in open bodybuilding today. I'm excited to see what he brings to the stage.
I'm sure he's excited to see where he placed after a third last year and only his second Olympia appearance. He was sixth the year before. I think he's moving up this year, fellas.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute, did he change posing trunks?
Yes, we did.
Actually, it looks better, I think.
Yes.
E tava tipo sem alma. Né?
Sem alma.
O homem
Ele
não tava,
sem alma.
não tava conseguindo nem raciocinar direito.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your next competitor from United Arab Emirates, Andrew Jacked
André Shapeado, Leandro?
André Shapeado, que é um dos maiores, talvez o maior cara que tá aí.
Sim, com certeza
Ele,
o maior.
mesmo ao lado do Samson Dauda, ele ainda impressiona pelo volume. É mais alto e não parece que é desse planeta.
Lembrando todo mundo quando o Jack vai fazer o terceiro Olympia da carreira.
Eu acho que teremos um show.
Eita, a música veio errada.
Andrew Jackett é um atleta que depende só dele mesmo para virar Mr Olympia.
Isso aí, pessoal, 1 minuto e 20 segundos. Renan Conceição no valor de R$27, levando a bonificação de 3 mil no Pix. Não é obrigatório depositar, deposite quem quer. É um ato generoso, uma campanha de boa fé hoje. Livespeak001@gmail.com, escaneando QR Code. A gente vai estar analisando Pix por Pix, transferência por transferência. O grande Felizardo da Felizardo leva essa bonificação de 3 mil reais pra casa.
O cara tava preparado pra fazer um show pra gente aqui. Era o único cara que tava preparando uma coreografia.
Sim.
E aí ele tem que posar com uma música que não é dele.
E é um cara que tem sempre uma rotina muito interessante.
Não, ele já tava pra ver que ele tava entrando com uma rotina legal ali.
Ele é um cara que...
Tá certo.
É isso que eu ia dizer, é um cara que faz espargata. Tá meio produzo hoje.
É isso, hoje ele tá. É isso. Não.
Aí, pessoal, apenas 30 segundos, não é obrigado a depositar, deposite quem quer, tá? Não é obrigatório, é uma doação e a gente vai fazer um ato simbólico, é uma barca-tela de 3 mil que você vai estar levando pra estar ajudando o próximo. Um grande abraço e um obrigado.
Arruma a música e traz o cara de volta, meu irmão.
É o Bob tentando passar um pano ali pro DJ, que fez uma grande cagada.
Com certeza.
E não se faz.
Winner Bona com muita bagagem. Já foi top 3 do Mr Olympia. Residente na Holanda. Atleta do Ghana.
Foi atleta do New Hill. Brigou com ele.
Daqui a pouquinho eu vou trazer o resultado, vamos descobrir quem foi o grande Felizardo. O Felizardo levou essa bonificação de 3 mil reais.
Todo, não sei o que lá, um monte de coisa. Depois o Neil veio a público, esclareceu a situação, ficou ruim pro Bona. Passou na mão do Chad Nichols, não deu certo. E agora parece estar na mão do Stefan, né?
E esteve com o Kuwait também.
Teve no Kuwait também. E agora na mão do Stefan ele conseguiu trazer uma versão melhor do que a do ano.
Aí, pessoal, no ato de boa fé, no ato de transparência, tá aí, ó, Túlio Guerra Barges no valor de R$33, mas na bonificação tá levando 3 mil pra casa, o pagamento é na boa fé. Pessoal, a gente tá fazendo aí, é um oferecimento aí, pessoal, da Integral Médica, você conhece o Rei de Suplementos, fazendo esse ato generoso pra vocês. Não é obrigatório depositar, deposite quem quer, é uma doação e não passa disso, tá? Então a gente tá fazendo um ato simbólico, um ato pras pessoas, 3 de outubro de 2024, tá aí, pessoal, 52 minutos e 2 segundos, pagamento 100% na hora, é um pagamento, nossa instituição. Então, pessoal, é o seguinte, a gente vai estar liberando pra vocês aí um valor de 4 mil reais agora, tá? A gente vai aumentar a bagatela de 3 mil para 4 mil. Isso aqui não é um sorteio, é uma doação. Então, quem realizar a maior doação, até o cronômetro acabar, leva a bonificação de 4 mil reais para casa. O pagamento é 100% ao vivo e autêntico, tá? Vamos estar colocando um cronômetro na tela. Vocês vai ter aí, pessoal, 4 minutos e 30 segundos novamente. Até o cronômetro zerar, o grande Felizardo da Felizarda leva a bonificação de 4 mil reais. Livespeak001@gmail.com, escaneia o QR Code.
É um dos maiores glúteos da Open, Rudy Boy.
Sim.
No auge, era...
That place to get to this one. Now some of you might still be in that place. If you're trying to get out, just follow me. I'll get you there. You can try and read my lyrics off of this paper before I lay them, but you won't take the sting out these words before I say them. Cause ain't no way I'm gonna let you stop me from causing mayhem. When I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. I don't give a damn what you think. I'm doing doing this for me. So fuck the world, feed it beans. It's gassed up, everything's just stopping me. I'ma be what I set out to be, without a doubt, undoubtedly. And all those who look down on me, I'm tearing down your balcony. No ifs, ands, or buts, don't try to ask him why, how can he? From Infinite down to the last relapse album, he's still shitting, whether he's on salary, paid hourly, until he bows out or he shit just bows out of him. Whichever comes first, for better or worse. He's married to the game, like a fuck you for Christmas. His gift is a curse. Forget the earth, he's got the urge to pull his dick from the dirt and fuck the whole universe. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to take a stand, take a stand. Everybody, everybody, come take my hand, come take my hand. We'll walk this road together through the storm, whatever weather, cold or warm. Just letting you know that you're not alone. Holla if you feel like you've been down the same road and shit and cut the crap. I shouldn't have to rhyme these words in the rhythm for you to know it's a rap. You said you was king, you lied through your teeth. For that, fuck your feelings. Instead of getting crowned, you're getting capped. And to the fans, I'll never let you down again, I'm back. I promise to never go back on that promise. In fact, let's be honest, at last relapse CD was aired. Perhaps I ran them accents into the ground. Relax, I ain't going back to that now. All I'm trying to say is get back with Black Cloud, cause I ain't playing around. It's a game called Circle and I don't know how. I'm way too up to back down, but I think I'm still trying to figure this crap out. Thought I had it mapped out, but I guess I didn't. This fucking black cloud still follows me around, but it's time to exercise these demons. These motherfuckers are doing jumping jacks now.
Okay.
I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. Yeah.
Edivan, Kaique e o Vitor, os 3 brasileiros.
Tá,
Que top.
tá tenso.
Primeiro Olímpia do Kaique também.
Primeiro Olímpia do Kaique também, muito bem lembrado.
40 and 44 switch.
Edivan trocando.
Edivan já vai pro centro, ele liderou esse confronto, né, junto com o Corey.
Liderou.
Eu acho que o Kaique tá um pouquinho opaco. Talvez pudesse se beneficiar de um brilhozinho.
Edivan veio muito mais cedo. Aqui nas finais. Pelo menos eu sinto isso.
E eu que enchi o saco do Edivan o mês inteiro, dizendo que ele era gigante, tinha que passar pra Open Bodybuilding. Já falei pra ele, ó, retiro tudo que eu disse, tá? Você tá perfeito. Vai ser provavelmente o melhor brasileiro desse line-up.
He won the overall.
Yeah.
He won the whole fucking show. It was absolutely. I mean, it's just it depends on who shows up, and these guys right here. I give it. Listen, I did a thing for Generation Iron, and I said, you know, men's physique. My God, this and that. I didn't really. I shouldn't have said that. They put a lot of hard work into it, but it's just not my thing.
Yeah, I'll say it. I mean, and we all.
They're not small. Their upper bodies aren't small anymore. These guys have great upper bodies. Yeah. I mean. But their legs are not there.
I mean,
just, you know.
Like, first of all, as soon as Classic Physique came out, everybody forgot about physique. Okay,
and a lot of them. Let me tell you, a lot of them, their egos are crazy. That guy on the end, the black guy, at the Texas Pro last year. Okay,
and the pink and white, and the pink and white ones, or
yeah,
the little...
So me, Sid, and Aceto are doing the wrap up. He just comes up and stands there, and so Sid's like, Aaron, you wanna? His name's Aaron. Aaron, do you wanna say a few words? And
that's nerve.
Yeah. After he, you know, says whatever, he goes up on the stage after the show, and he's up there waving. I'm like, who is he waving at? Just that's how big some of these guys' egos are in the men's physique. They're just oblivious. Or I remember when they first came out, they're at the shows walking around with their shirts off. Like they're not, you know, they're about to go up late. It's just, man.
King, that's single mother energy right there. When your mom, when you don't have a father to smack you, when your mother says you are the most beautiful, the greatest, then you grow up entitled. You could just walk up into Dave Palumbo's wrap up and go, I'm gonna do this now.
That's a societal thing right now.
No, you ain't kidding. Jesus,
a lot of fives think that they're eights. A lot of fives think they're eights.
No, you ain't.
Absolutely.
Funny.
Yeah, but as going back to what we said earlier too about genetics, man, this is something. There's some people that just have it. I got a client right now. She's a Iranian girl based out of Istanbul, Turkey. Never competed before. Party animal. She loves. 28 years old. She loves the club. She likes to experiment. Let's just say that. Okay.
Yeah,
she's out there.
Typical.
But I kept telling her. I said, listen. You have potential. I see your videos and I see what you send me. You know, you got whatever. Anyway, long story short, she finally took it serious this year. She went and she won the overall in bikini, her first time out. And why am I saying this? Because she reached out to so many pro bikini girls and they ignored her. And she reached out to Iranian pro bikini girls and they ignored her. She was like, I don't understand. I'm willing to give them my money. Why? I'm just like, that's how catty some of these women are. Go to her. Then, anyway, long story short, I prepped her. She's going to shock people when she gets her pro card. And I wouldn't be surprised if she's on the stage in 2 years.
Really? In what category?
Well,
women's bikini.
Really?
But a lot of these bikini girls too, they go to these girls thinking like, oh, I want to look like her, so I'm going to go to her because she has a secret to have this look.
Yes.
And they need to go to a bodybuilder like you and me. You know,
Yeah,
like,
that's the truth.
why are you going to this girl that knows nothing about diuretics or nothing about anything, and you're just going to her because she looks good? It's crazy.
And Armand, the craziest part is she's in Istanbul. She didn't have access to half the things I wanted her to do. You know, the people here, States, they're spoiled rotten. I'll tell them to go get X, Y, and Z. They'll do it instantly. If they don't know where to get it, I'm like, this is the website you need to go to. You got to go do this, X, Y, and Z. Okay. She didn't have any of that. And I told her, if you don't have these things, you're going to have to extra suffer. She's like, I don't care. You tell me to eat dirt and I'll eat it.
More picks, Lou.
The pharmacies
yeah.
don't have anything in Turkey?
King, you wanna put up some pics that Sid sent us?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's do that. All right, so okay. See, that looks great on Hadi right there. That shot. Can you see that, King?
Yes.
That looks great on Hadi. That looks good on
the pictures. It's weird. He looks way better in the pictures.
Yeah.
But you got pictures, you got the live stream, and you got
I mean, listen, Hadi looks fantastic in pictures. Yes, but that shot right there is
still Samson.
It's Samson, and Derek. I got second in that shot. It's so close, man.
It really is.
Hadi's legs from the back are a little. I have to agree with Jose Ramos. They're a little bit flat. Look at the shape on Samson. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And look how good Martin is comparing to Hadi.
That's right. Look how good he is compared to the lineup. People are going to be talking about Samson wins. People are going to be talking about Martin tomorrow because he is a shocker. Nobody was expecting it.
No.
Yeah, but in the front double bicep, Martin's legs look great, but his upper body looks like he's a kid.
Compared to the other guys, yeah, you're right.
Just looks like he's still too young, needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what it is, but I have a feeling he will. He came this far, and you can see the progress he made. I truly think that he is. You're going to see him in another year or two, and he's going to be in this mix in the top 2, 3.
He needs to do the Arnold Classic. That's
100%.
He will.
Yeah, you couldn't have hit the nail on the head even more, King. That's perfectly said. He definitely needs it.
I'm not 100%, but I think he said he was going to do it.
Google Fi Wireless has flexible phone plans that keep your family safe and connected.
Are there any more?
I know.
That's it. That's it. Thank you, sir. I would love to see Nick Walker fix whatever he's got to fix and say he's doing the Arnold Classic, and then Fitzwater does the Arnold Classic as well.
I don't think Nick can come back like the old Nick.
Really?
I think he's burned out.
I hope you're wrong, but you might be right. Because I don't know.
There's no reason.
John, there's got to be something. I agree with Armand. There's got to be something very, very wrong to pull out 1 week before.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
He eats, sleeps. I mean, he full-time bodybuild, and he only does. He did the New York Pro, right?
He won the New York Pro this year.
New York Pro looked good there. And his body 3 weeks out, he didn't look good. I mean,
there's something more to the story. 100%.
Some organs not working properly. That's if your kidneys aren't functioning properly, the drugs aren't gonna work properly.
I don't know.
Your body's not cleaning out the toxins and all that. So
I don't know him well. He's been on my show. We've talked on Instagram a little bit, but I do know that he is an extremely competitive person. And he really, really, really wants to win. And if this case is that he's not going to be able to come back for whatever health reason, I feel really bad for him because he's not going to take that well because he's still a young man. And I'm just, if that's the case, it's going to be a big adjustment for him to reinvent himself.
It could be a lot of things. He could have got it. That kratom could have messed with him mentally. When you start taking stuff that messes with your chemicals in your brain, maybe it did the opposite for him. Maybe he didn't do well with it. maybe it made him depressed. I mean, kratom is a depressant. So I mean,
What is it? What is it? What is he taking?
kratom, we were talking about it yesterday.
Yeah, I was half out of it trying to figure out what the fuck that was at the beginning. So what?
It's like a legal hydrocodone that messes you up. You feel like you took a pain pill.
But why take it? What's the benefit of it?
It kills pain, gives you euphoria, it makes you feel good. They're sponsoring all the bodybuilders now. I think Guy Cisternino is a part of the or has something invested in the company, but they're sponsoring all the guys now. So they're getting all of it for free.
Jesus Christ.
Like I said, if you're taking it, I have a lot of experience with this shit, unfortunately. I mean, if you're taking it and you're taking, these guys can't just take it once a week or twice a week because they're like, wow, I don't hurt today. My knees don't hurt. My back doesn't hurt. I'm getting an amazing workout.
You know, people get their hands on anything and it goes next level times 10.
It's just like Nubain
back in the day, bro. Back in the day, we had Renutrient.
Yeah.
Okay. Renutrient that you used to sell in GNC, the Vitamin Shop, all the mom and pop supplement stores. What was Renutrient for? Deep sleep. That's how I knew it. You want to release your growth hormone throughout the night. Naturally, you take some Renutrient. Well, Renutrient was GHB. And
really?
People found out what it does if you take it a certain way and a certain amount that it gives you that you go into that zone. Then that was it. And that's how bodybuilders, they just get a hold of something, or what should we call it?
Is it just that they have an addictive personality, bodybuilders? Because why do they have to jump on?
I mean, it's like it's like the current Nubain. I don't know.
I was actually going to bring that up, Armand.
Nubain, John.
Yeah, because
it's actually a better feeling than Nubain, the kratom.
Look, I never took Nubain. I never took this kratom. I never took GHB. I was never one to jump on something because everybody else was taking it. Did you really?
I think they were naive. I don't think these guys knew that it has these side effects.
Yeah, but
they're thinking, oh, they're sponsoring people. I think they didn't know what they're getting themselves into. So I think that's what it is. I'm not saying that's what it is. It could be a lot of different things, but
but no,
his body did not respond for some reason.
The topic is man, I don't have that kind of personality where, try this. No, thanks. I don't want to fucking try it. You know what I mean? Like I just never did, even as a kid.
Well, if you're getting ready for the Olympia, and like, man, I can't. This is really hurting. Take a kratom. Okay, I'm going to take this every day before I train. Why wouldn't you? Bodybuilding's your life. You're trying to get the best workouts, and
I guess you're right.
Just like Nubain.
Yeah.
I can't take painkillers.
I never had.
If you gave me a Vicodin, I'll throw up for 3 hours.
Yeah.
My body rejects it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's normal at first. And then like when I had to take them for a long period of time, after that, your body needs it, or you are sick. And then once you
Armand,
get past that phase.
To be honest with you, Armand, I'm just not that like. I go to Vegas. I've been to Vegas about 100 times. I've never gambled. Yeah. I've been around people in my high school. Everybody in my high school smoked weed. I never did.
Right.
It just didn't, it wasn't my thing. I never got. And when I had to stop, when my blood pressure was high and I had to go and I did my blood work and all that stuff, and I had to stop taking orals, I stopped. Okay. All right. I'm not going to have that crazy, freaky, skin burst looking feeling walking around at 290 pounds. That's fine.
Yeah.
I have the same mentality, King. Like if I go to Vegas or Atlantic City, will I gamble? Yeah. Well, I have fun with it. If I lose a couple of $100, I walk away. I don't care. Right.
It's not a party. It's not a party drug though. Like what I'm talking about. This is not something they use to party. Well, it's something you're using to perform better.
Right. Well, even me, like even if I have anxiety, right? If I get anxiety, I have a prescription of Xanax. I must have the same prescription of Xanax in my fucking cabinet since last year because I hate taking them. If I take a quarter of the stick, I feel like a zombie the next day. I'd rather just have the panic attack pass because the next day Are there any more?
I know.
That's it. That's it. Thank you, sir. I would love to see Nick Walker fix whatever he's got to fix and say he's doing the Arnold Classic, and then Fitzwater does the Arnold Classic as well.
I don't think Nick can come back like the old Nick.
The stick. I feel like it's.
Everybody gets home safe, and he's just like, man, you're something else, bro.
Yeah.
And you're not in New York. People don't know. Back in the Super Club days, if you left, you ain't coming back in.
That's right. That's right. Once you're out, you're out. Yeah.
You're about to go and get a whole bunch of drugs and come back. No. If once you leave the club, you cannot come back in.
It's hard enough getting in. It used to be hard enough
getting
in.
A superstar. You leave, you can't come back in.
Yeah.
And Tommy, because he was a good friend of mine, he was like, no, can't go ahead. And I would go back in there, wrangle everybody up, make sure everybody had CAD. There's no Uber back then. Make sure everybody had CADs. I would do this and that, and I'd come back. My wife, she trusted me. She's like, yeah, okay, but just be careful. I'm like, yeah. And I'd come home at like, 6 o'clock in the morning and pass the fuck out.
Yeah. Oh, you're a better.
I think we'll find out some more info about Nick eventually. It has to come out. It's too. People are too focused on it. It's not like somebody that's lower tier. It's a top guy that it's weird. I mean, a week out, you're saying in that video, did he quit? Did he drop out a week out, or did he drop out 3 weeks out and he just announced a week out?
I don't know
what shape he
it
did.
looked like he
was
dropped
really
out.
bloated.
Yeah, it looked like he dropped 3 weeks out.
Was his face bloated because he's been eating like crazy, or is it something health related? Heart, kidneys?
I hope not. For his sake, I hope not, man.
No. But hey, when you jump on and you push it that hard, you don't take any breaks. That's what these guys do. These guys aren't taking breaks like they used to.
Yeah.
Some of them are, I'm sure. A few of
they're
them
giving out the awards for men's physique. Does anybody care?
I'm watching.
I'm watching it.
I would commentate, but I don't know any of their names. There's this guy.
The Aaron Banks guy.
Is Aaron Entitlement
interview.
Got I don't know what he.
Ryan Terry. That's who I know. That's the previous one, right?
That's the current champ.
Yeah, Ryan Terry. There he is, right there. Yeah.
What is that? Was that second?
No, this is third place.
That's
I think.
Third.
King, do you think?
Banks. Oh, okay, Aaron Banks.
Yeah, do you think men's physique took away money from bodybuilders?
Men's physique.
Whose physique?
You think the men's physique, when that division came in, it took money away from bodybuilders?
At the beginning, maybe, because everybody, the reason why Classic is so popular is because it looks attainable, right? And people can relate to that division more. Well, when physique came out, that was what it was.
Listen,
so yeah, it might.
Armand, if you're a promoter, okay, and back in the day, you promote a show, you'd be lucky to get 50 people.
Oh yeah, promoters love them. Yeah, it's a totally different.
Forget about breaking even. You'd be lucky to get 50 people. Right now, a subpar show in New Jersey, you'll get about 180 to 200 competitors, and most of them are bikini and board shorts.
No, 100%.
So you're a promoter. You're like, yo, man, I love these.
Yeah,
I went to Jason's Muscle Beach this year, and I think there were 8 open bodybuilders. I want to say 8, and most of them were masters, and they just competed in the open. Everybody was a bikini or a physique guy
or classic.
It's just sad. The local shows, you go to them and no one's doing bodybuilding anymore. Everybody's doing it, and they can do bodybuilding. A lot of these classic guys, like I got this client last year. He wanted to do classic. I'm like, dude, you have a bodybuilding build. I want to do classic. I'm like, dude, he's not my client anymore, but
because that's the trend. That's the trend on mine.
Well, I told him he wasn't going to do well. I'm like, you could win bodybuilding, still do classic, and he didn't win, but
that's the trend. Do you know? Like all the girls now that were in figure, they all want to do wellness because that's the trend now, right?
Yeah, figure disappeared too.
Yeah, figure's
the
almost
worst trend, John. The worst trend is.
Yeah,
I was talking to some girl about this today, and she's watching right now. She knows exactly who she is. By the way, hello, and yes, you're hot.
King only trains hot girls.
And she was complaining about. She's like, "What happened to men? What happened to jacked up alpha men? What happened to Andrew Tate G's that I used to see?" I'm like, "That's not it anymore, girl."
I know.
These guys nowadays, you don't see that anymore. You don't. That's why when I walk into a place, listen, Armand said earlier he doesn't like to wear suits and all that stuff. Let me tell you something, Armand. I changed my style because of what I see out there. You know what I'm saying? So I go to Hugo Boss all the time. The guy, the manager there, fucking.
Well, you're single. You're single.
Come to Hugo Boss. We got 42. We got 42. You got to come here. So I go there. I like it. I like my Hugo Boss suits. I like my this and that. But still, the G's and the alphas are done. And that's why I just stick to myself in the gym. That's why I don't say anything. I got a mean mug on my face. I don't care. Just and I watch and I say to myself, that's why I tell my son every day, you got to be a beast. Didn't Dana White come out and say, if you're 2% beast, now you'll take over the world?
Absolutely. Yeah, he's right. Because listen, you have the everybody gets a trophy generation is now the adults raising kids. So you have entitled weak parents or single mothers or weak dads raising even more entitled weak kids. Listen, great. I was having this conversation with my wife today, King. Perfect. I said, do you ever see kids with a cast anymore? Remember when you used to go in the summer or you go back to school in the first grade and you see some kid broke his arm or broke his leg and everybody would sign his cast? You don't even see kids getting hurt anymore. You don't see kids getting stitches anymore.
The conversation.
If they go out, if they go on their bicycles, they have the helmet, they got the elbow pads, they got the knee pads. Even if
they don't go out,
even if they're in
things all day,
even if they're in the sun, King, if they're in the sun at the beach, they have long sleeve shirts on their kids because God forbid they get sunburned.
You want to laugh? I had a conversation with my son.
Children, what kind of adults do you think are going to grow up in that atmosphere?
2 years ago, my son's 13. When he was 11, I had a conversation with him. I said, what do you do about, I said, do you have any bullies in your school? He goes, yeah, I'm like, yeah, anybody ever bother you? He goes, no. I said, have you ever gotten in a fight? He goes, no. I'm like, what happens if you get in a fight? He goes, I don't know. I'm never, because my son's a little laid back. I'm like, well, I'm your father, and I'm telling you, it's okay to knock him out. And he goes, what do you mean? And I said, see it right to the bridge of the nose? You see this right here? He goes, yeah. I said, you go like this, and you come back, and with your shoulder, you hit him right on the bridge of the nose. It's hard, and he's just looking at me. And I guarantee you, he will never look at you again when you break his nose. He goes, you're okay with that? I said, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right on the. I said,
how old is your son, King?
I said, I don't want you to be Daniel's son. I want you to be Johnny.
Yeah.
Strike first, strike hard. And he goes, okay, Dad. And then the second conversation I had with him with school shootings, I said, Johnny, what do you do? What did they tell you to do when there's a school shooting? He said, Dad, they want us to lock the door, and I'm going like this. He goes, no. I'm like, no. He goes, what do you want me to do? I'm like, you find a window. You jump out the window and you run as fast as you can across the street. Get out of the school.
That's
you don't
right.
stay in the school when someone's got an AK. You run. Get the hell out of the school. You sure about that? And then the third thing I said to him was, if the principal or your teachers ever say anything to you, say, my dad told me to do it. I'll do it.
That's right. 100%.
Call me. Did you tell your son to do this? Absolutely. Don't ever call me again. Click.
Yeah.
I said, I got your back, Johnny. Don't worry about it.
King, how old is your son?
He's 13.
13, and he's never been in a fight. By the time I was 13 years old, I mean, and what's funny, King,
kids don't fight anymore. It's not a bad thing, but
no, it is a bad thing because you have to grow up and learn how to deal with people that are going to take advantage of you. You gotta be able to look the wolf in the eye and realize you've dealt with this before, because when life is going to deal you uncertainties, which is going to happen all the time, it's around the corner every day.
My closest,
you got to be able to deal with it. So the only way to get over of fear is to face it head on. And when you get into little scuffles as a kid, you could deal with it. It shapes you to be an adult.
You're right. And my closest friend ever in the world, and he's listening tonight right now too. His name was Tony Sikela. Tony Sikela was the original Kimbo Slice, and he would, as a matter of fact, he would kill Kimbo Slice. Rest in peace. And he used to say to me all the time, man. He goes, "No, man, no." He goes, "None of that Danielson peace, love." And he goes, "You gotta put that shit aside. Strike first, strike hard. You knock them the fuck out with one punch. They'll never fucking come back." That's the way you got to be, man. You got to be beast mode with these kids, or they're going to end up being exactly like the rest of these idiots that I see all the time.
Listen,
when you wear Crocs to the gym,
Yeah.
oh my god!
Like you bring up the Karate Kid, right? The best line in that, and I never understood the line until I got older. When Mr. Miyagi says to Daniel,
there he goes again. He's standing.
Who was that?
I'm sorry, it's Bumstead. They're doing the men's physique, but he steps out of the box.
Oh,
he's gonna tell him to get out of the box again.
But anyway, he says to him, "Why do you want to fight?" And he goes, "Because I want to learn how to fight." He goes, "No, you want to learn how to fight so you don't have to fight." And I never understood what that meant. And that meant if people know that you are not going to take shit, they're not going to fuck with you. That's what it means.
That guy's hair, man, is like what?
Yeah, what is that shit? All right,
that is some wild shit.
All right, so
I guess he's trying to look like a what do you call it? Anime, one of those anime guys.
Yeah,
some pretty crazy shit. Yeah, I mean the guy on the third, what's his name? He was wearing always those high socks.
No,
you seen pictures of that?
Yeah.
All right, so it's Urs.
He's a German guy.
Bumstead, get in the box. Get in the box.
You hear Steve yelling.
He don't give a shit. He don't give a shit. Look at him.
He's still gonna win. Why is it so difficult for him to get in the goddamn box?
Because all of Hadi Rambaugh's athletes do this, man. They always see. Look, now the guy's going to come and scold them. See, look, there he goes.
Just look down and get in the fucking box. What are you retarded? Oh, how is that difficult?
I'm telling you right now, I don't know what's going to happen. Because Weinberger's tricky, but this is not a home run for Bumstead at all.
Yeah, but dude, he's the money man.
When you start turning to like his side, and you kind of see it more and more.
See, but he's not like that. Side chest is his kill shot, and it looks great, but it's not killing that guy standing next to him.
They talk about having to
watch this shot right here. You tell me who wins the back double bicep.
All right.
The guy next to him is right there with him. His glutes are more striated.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he faded a little bit since earlier today.
They're gonna give it to him because number one, like,
not a good shot.
Of course they are.
That shot is not good for him.
That guy looks really good.
He does. Whoever he is. There's somebody in a.
He looks like a short.
Mike Summerfield, something Summerfield.
I have no idea.
Mike Summerfield, I believe. He looks really good.
He's still not in the box.
Guys, I told you. Look who they're keeping out there.
He still can't get in the box.
Man, he looks good. Wow.
Watch your obliques. Come on.
I would love to see an upset here, but I doubt it's gonna happen.
Watch your obliques.
But you know they wouldn't give it to him.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Back double bicep. This is where he loses points right here.
Bumstead is the golden child.
You keep saying that, but I'm telling you something fishy is going on here, man.
All right.
The guy next to him looks good. He compares very well to Bumstead.
He's winning shots. That shot,
right here, guys. Watch the ab shot. Bumstead's abs are not popping. The other guy has outstanding abs. Watch. There's Bumstead's ab shot. It's not at. Look at this guy. Boom. I'm telling you, man. It's closer than you think.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah.
Bumstead looks worried. He kind of looks a little worried. His abs, yeah. Wow. Yep. Mike Summerfield's his name. Yeah.
Mike Summerfield. Sounds like he's from Nebraska.
He's German, from Germany.
Z Kyle.
Shit.
How crazy would it be if we get a new classic champion and a new Mr. Olympia?
And then you would have a new the 212 guy would be the same, obviously. Yeah, no, that didn't work.
212 was lights out. There's nobody.
Yeah.
I can't stress enough how impressed I was with Keon yesterday. Yeah. I was so impressed with him.
He finally put it together. He had the tools always. He just wasn't, killing himself to get in shape.
And John, you want to freak out a little bit? There are some 212 guys in Iran that would scare the crap out of Keon.
Really?
They just can't get visas.
Yes. Yeah.
Get them. The 212 division Iranians are insane. I've seen them with my own eyes, man.
What happened? What happened to that one Middle Eastern 212 that was doing damage a couple of years ago? I believe he's still competing, but he just could never bring he's massive, but he could just never bring his conditioning right. Who am I thinking of?
Ahmed Ashkenani.
Exactly. Whatever happened to him? Why could he never dial it in?
I don't know. Whatever they're doing, whatever.
They're fucking up his music. This is the second guy there whose music is fucked up.
That's crazy of the Olympia.
At the Olympia, yeah.
That's ridiculous. Breon's music. He's like, come on, man. This is Olympia. That's ridiculous. This is the Olympia. Oh.
He's definitely the most one of the most conditioned classic guys is Breon.
You see, King, my eyes always go to Breon, and it's because he looks more like a bodybuilder than a classic guy, right? Like he's got the peaked biceps.
Keon's the Breon's problem is he poses. He's a great poser that doesn't know how to show his body. He does weird poses that make him look bad. I don't know why. I don't understand it.
I'm watching him now, and you're right, because that shit he just did right there, I was like, what is that?
Yeah, a little weird.
Oh, that. What is that?
If this was the Arnold Classic and the music guy was fucking up, Arnold will be back there fucking cursing him out.
Flipping out.
He'd be cursing him out 100%. The fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
If Chris wasn't Chris, that other guy would beat him at the show.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
We'll see.
My stomach.
I wouldn't mind.
Not one of those feelings.
I wouldn't mind him losing.
No way. Well, I wouldn't either.
And it's only because I don't understand the craze over him. Any 19-year-old kid in the gym who doesn't know bodybuilding but knows Chris Bumstead.
The same reason why every 19-year-old kid knows Sam Sulik.
Yeah, but Chris Bumstead is like the personality of a wet mop. I mean, I don't understand the craze. I mean, he's a great.
He's very introverted. I don't think he likes
Jay
all the
Cutler
fame.
have a great personality? No, he's one of the most monotone guys you'll ever meet in your life.
He's got a very mild personality.
It's not interesting at all.
You watch him work out, and it's not motivating. I don't know.
You know what reminds me? Melvin Anthony. If Melvin's watching, he was such a fucking jokester and a dick sometimes. Melvin's thing was this. If you're like talking to him and he'll do this and you jump, he will tell you that you jumped for a year straight. He will be on
one of those
you
guys.
Jump, you're a punk.
I know, yeah, one of those guys.
Melvin was a jokester and a half when it came to that, man.
Here's this guy.
Chris Bumstead, he's white, and he gave all those white, younger kids with not great genetics hope. Look,
is that what it is?
Yeah, of course it is.
The great white hope.
Yeah.
Els Kantiski looks like he's doing a He-Man pose right now. What the hell is that?
He gets big in the off season.
What is he doing?
Big.
Oh, I can't watch this shit.
Heart, I love you.
What is that?
This is Dragon Ball Z shit.
This
right,
is why.
Is Dragon Ball Z shit?
This is why.
Dragon Ball Z shit. So I guess the hair is some Dragon Ball Z character.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I have no clue.
No fucking idea.
He looks like a bodybuilder. He gets big.
Does he really?
Yeah, he burns muscle to make weight.
I'll be honest with you, man. I'm not a fan of the classic physique, because it's just a toned down bodybuilding to me, and I was just always a fan of open. I'm a hardcore bodybuilding fan, and the only guys I know in classic are maybe the top 2-3 guys. I don't even know that.
They look good though. They work their ass off.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. I just can't listen.
It's not exciting to me, but they look great. It's just not exciting.
No. To me, it's like if I like to watch basketball in the playoffs. To me, it would be like if the NBA came out with a pro basketball league for guys under 6 foot tall. It's like, and I wouldn't be able to watch it. I don't know. I understand why it's so popular. Like I said, it's more attainable. It's more mainstream. It brought in a hell of a lot more fans and money. I get it. Fully get it. I just can't get into it.
You could start and you could get there in a few years instead of 10 years. You
right.
know what I mean?
I fully get it.
Being an open bodybuilder is so unattainable.
That's right. But that's
what percentage of people can even get that, but can get even over 250.
But that's why. But that to me, that's what a elite professional athlete is. Like nobody. Look how difficult it is to be an NFL player. Look how difficult it is to be an MLB player. It should be difficult to be a open bodybuilder.
Well, it was at one point, man.
Yeah.
You had your USA champion.
Yeah, but they get 6 pro cards a year.
North American champion, and you had your class winners at the nationals, but only the light heavyweight or the heavyweight ever did anything. So you basically have 4 guys a year.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what we had. That's why when you got your pro card, you were already a star.
That's right. Yeah.
Coming out of the NPC. Now it's there's a Tic Tac bottle.
Right.
They
hyped you up before you get your pro card.
Yeah. But the cream rises to the top. So they get their pro cards, but only the guys that really deserve to be up there wind up there. You know what I mean? Like you'll get a pro show and there'll be 20 guys and you don't know 10 of them. But the best guys still win and they rise to the top.
Yeah, and it also has to do with genetics and mentality too. My first nationals, I got 11th, and I was devastated because I had won everything up to that point.
Right.
I didn't know what it felt like to lose.
Welcome to the rookie. Welcome to the NFL rookie.
At 11th place, I didn't understand it, but at the same time, that same year, I got a tap on my shoulder 4 weeks out, and I turn around and it's 2 fucking investigators and a cop. And they pulled me into the back room at the gym and they pull out all these Polaroids of me hanging out with someone we all know. And they're like, what are you doing with this guy, this and that? And I'm just like, what is going on here? He's my coach. What am I? And then, we're going to come back and get you. So after that, my cortisol levels went through the roof. I mean, so that first nationals, whatever. The second nationals, I didn't have any money. I was a full-time student in college. My parents hated what I was doing. I hid it from them. It was all stress. Then after that, the third time I did it, I got third. And that's when I dropped the fucking hammer. And I said, all right, this is it. I also didn't know what to do the last week. After the second one is when I approached Chad Nichols. And I said, Chad, what do you do the last week, man? Just explain to me. He goes, come to the Arnold Classic this year at 300 pounds and we'll talk. And that was the legendary me showing up in my white spandex and my white tank top. Armand, I look like the Michelin blimp, man.
I've seen you.
My legs were so big. I was getting chased. I had to put baby powder on the middle of my thighs just to walk around. And he saw me. I remember Kim's reaction, his wife. She saw me and she put his hand on her mouth, her hands over her mouth and started laughing. She goes, oh, my God, he did it. That crazy kid, lunatic, he did it. And I was like, yeah, man, 308. He told me to show up at 300 pounds. And he goes, all right, you're crazy. He goes, I can work with you. So that's when he taught me the whole apple pie filling and all that stuff the last week. We got third. And then here's another story, since we all tell the truth here. I had still never touched GH. Never. And for the 1999 Nationals where I won my pro card, I didn't take a drop. You know why? I paid $5,000 to somebody. And he gave me fake stuff.
Oh my God! So
I sent it over to Chad. He looked at it. He goes, "King,
it's garbage,
sorry, bro. I'm sorry. This is fake." And I was like, "Okay." He goes, "Do me a favor, throw it in the trash. We don't need it." And I was like, "Okay." And it was a blessing for me that year. You know why? Because they had their golden boy, Aaron Madron, blonde, 6 feet tall, good-looking guy. That's what they wanted. I said, "Okay." Instead of and that's the first year they added the super heavyweight division. I said, fine, I'll do the heavyweights. I was on a liquid diet for the past 2 weeks, for the 2 weeks before the show. Listen to what I just said. I was on a liquid because there's no way I was getting down to 225. I was 240 pounds and I was like shredded. I'm like, how am I going to get down to 220 pounds? 25 pounds. Chad put me on a liquid diet. I couldn't do anything. When I went to weigh in, Rope Man was standing there, and I got on that scale, and I literally was like this. And I'm shaking, and I got on the scale, and I was like this, and he goes, 225, and he slammed the thing. He goes, go, King. Just get out of here. I want you to go. This is not right. So I got back in my room. I called Chad up. He couldn't make it because it was a tornado in Springfield, Missouri. And he goes, King, can you eat? I said, I can eat like a fucking rhino in heat, man. He goes, eat. I sat there for fucking 3 days. Ate. He pulled. Got up there and got my pro card. But
Wow,
it was crazy, man. It was crazy. It was all meant to be.
Y'all had weigh-ins, 3 days before the show?
2 days before the show.
Wow.
2 days before the show. Yeah.
Well, Bumstead is up. He looks diced. He looks shredded.
He's always looks like Bumstead.
He had a hair transplant, didn't he?
Really?
Yeah, but it's not a good one. It's straight across.
Yeah, it doesn't look. It looks a little bit. And I'm not digging the mustache this year either.
I don't like that mustache any year.
I don't like the mustache anyways. It's like, what did that become cool? Those always were like pedo mustaches, and now like they're all.
The only time a mustache was hip was during Magnum PI in the early 80s.
And then his biceps are, not really there. He's got a lot of missing parts. He's got his torn hamstring. He's dealing with a lot of injuries.
If he wins, is it his last year?
Yeah, it could be. He's got a kid now.
I was going to say, if he pulls this victory out, if he's a smart man, which I think he is,
he might do a victory speech. Who knows? Or a retirement speech.
Really, 6 in a row. He's worth God knows how much money.
He's got a kidney disease, right?
He's got a family. He'll have plenty of business opportunities.
He's going to do well when he retires, but remember one thing. Bodybuilding is very fickle. People forget quickly.
Big time.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. And he has to keep himself relevant, and he's not that type.
But he's built his name up so much. You're going to make a little app, Chris Bumstead app. People will do shit for him that he won't even have to do. They'll do all his business stuff for him, and he won't even have to. That's the thing with someone like Chris.
A guy like Jay Cutler understands that he has to keep himself relevant, and he has the podcast, and he has his
Okay, so this might be very, very, very interesting now. They're doing another confirmation.
Just fucking give him the...
Nope.
What happened?
Nope.
Mine's lagging.
So they don't need any more confirmation. They've already made their decision. Now it's the pose down, which means nothing, by the way, kids out there. The pose down means nothing.
Especially the pose down with these guys means nothing because they're not big. So I don't know why they even have a pose down.
That's for the audience. It's for the show.
I'm so not a fan of it.
For the fans.
I was blessed enough to be in the first ever at Arnold Classic in 2001, and I was in the pose down at the end. And then Ronnie, I don't know what made him do it. He just went out and started walking down the stairs and walked down to the audience. Now everybody does it, but that was the first time.
Oh, yeah.
I looked down at the judges, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. And I looked at Wayne, and I looked at the president, Wayne DeMille at the time, and Wayne goes, like that.
Follow him, yeah.
All right, man, I'm in. Done.
Sometimes on my show, I get questions. I do this one show called Anabolic Academy, and I do it every Monday night. And people will, email me questions or Instagram me questions, and they say, "Who is your favorite poser? Who's the best poser?" And I go, "You're asking the wrong guy because I always enjoyed posers, and I always name 3 guys. I always enjoyed." Who was the Masters guy we were talking about? Vince Taylor. I always enjoyed Matarazzo, and I always enjoyed King Kamali because they were both entertaining guest posers and posers on the stage. I don't like this whole methodical ballerina thing.
Well, they don't even practice posing anymore. The routines. They just go out there and.
I just thought they would just. I just thought guys like King, Vince Taylor, Matarazzo, just because he was a psycho. I just thought they were just entertaining to watch.
I went to a studio, man. I went to Body Rock Productions
Really?
And I sat down with the producer, and he goes, "What do you got in mind?" And I'll be like, "Okay, I want this for 15 seconds. I want this for 25 seconds." And he goes, "Do you already know your routine?" He goes, I always told him, I put the music in first, and then I go listen to the music. I'm like, okay, this is what I'll do here. This is what I'll do here." He goes, "Yeah, you think like a producer." I'm like, "Hey, you have to.
Yeah.
You got to think like a producer." That's how I always did it. And I always wanted to be entertaining, man. But it was different for me because I'm sitting here looking at these guys. I'm like you, John. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing, man?
Yeah.
What is this? The 2010 A Space Odyssey, and you walk. What is this? Ric Flair walking out for a fucking
yeah.
You know, no. You got to go out there and have fun and have the
Fred Smalls was a good disposal.
As soon as I turned pro, what did they do? They gave my first big check was $15,000 from Arnold Schwarzenegger for best poser at his show, and I won the first ever best poser at his show.
Oh yeah, there you go. So what they really want to know, their answers they want to know is who's the who's the best poser. So things like Serge Nubret or Frank Zane, that kind of answer. Or today it would be maybe Sergio Oliva Jr. or Samson's a great poser, but it just does nothing for me. I understand why you put him in that category, but it's just not exciting for me.
Breon, 5th place.
I hope there's an upset. I really do.
5th place for Breon. He's happy. He's being humble. Good for him. Good job, Breon.
The guy's in the mix every year, man. He's a great.
Estamos vendo o Ramon de verdade. Boa. Brion Ansley, Sunga ao contrário, 5ª colocação.
4ª colocação é de...
Eu acho que vai ser o Ramon.
Cara, a gente tava pensando nele fora do top 5, eu tô super feliz.
That's because the gym owners and the promoters in the Middle East, they know they're going to make money when they bring these athletes over there.
Right.
Fourth place. Where are we going, guys? Ramon?
Yeah, it's got to be Ramon.
Ramon Dino. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, Ramon.
No, he's accepting it well. Good job, Dino.
Yeah. Well, he came in second last year, right? Yeah, so he dropped. But, you have to be humble and you have to be, appreciative. Otherwise, you just look terrible to the audience and the fans. Like
he knows he was fading and his tan was coming off. He knows.
I hope Hadi doesn't do the same thing last year.
He won't.
I hope he doesn't, because that was terrible. That was poor sportsmanship.
At least he congratulated Derek. If he didn't do that, it would have been really bad. You know? So at least he congratulated Derek, at least gave him a hug, and then took his.
Third place. Where we going? Urs.
Yeah, Urs. Yeah.
He sounds like a rental car facility. Hurts.
All these weird names. What do they call him? The Bear, Miracle Bear. You have to have some weird name now. Miracle Bear.
That's what his nickname is. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Miracle Bear.
Sweet Jesus. Why can't I mean, just pick a simple name. King. I don't even know his real first name. They just call him King Kamali. That's it. Why do you have to be the Miracle Bear?
I have no idea, man.